Euclid's theorem is a powerful tool for solving right triangle problems quickly and efficiently. We have a right triangle ABC, with AD as the altitude to the hypotenuse. This is the basic configuration for Euclid's theorem. Suppose BD is 4 and CD is 9. Can you work out AD right away? If someone can tell you that AD equals 6 in just 2 seconds, don't be surprised. They must be using Euclid's theorem. Another example, if AB is 8 and BD is 4, can you work out CD mentally right away? Problems like these are classic applications of Euclid's theorem. In this configuration, by combining it with the Pythagorean theorem, knowing any two lengths is enough to quickly find all the others. Now, let's take a closer look at this theorem. Euclid's theorem consists of 3 key formulas, and there's a simple trick that can help you remember all 3 quickly. Imagine the hypotenuse BC as the ground, with sunlight shining straight down from above. Now there are 3 line segments rising from the ground, AB, AD, and AC. Each formula starts with the square of one of these 3 segments. Let's look at the right-hand side of each formula. First, consider the first one, AB squared. It's simply the projection of AB on the hypotenuse times the hypotenuse. The projection of AB is BD, so the first formula is AB squared equals BD times BC. Next, consider the second one, AC squared. Just like AB squared, it equals the projection of AC onto the hypotenuse multiplied by the hypotenuse. So the second formula is AC squared equals CD times BC. Finally, let's look at AD squared. This one is the easiest to remember. AD splits the hypotenuse into 2 parts, and its square is simply the product of those 2 parts. So AD squared equals BD times CD. We now have all 3 formulas of Euclid's theorem. If you look at them together, the left-hand sides involve segments above the ground, while the right-hand sides involve segments on the ground. Let's quickly recap. AB squared equals its projection times the hypotenuse. The same applies to AC squared, its projection times the hypotenuse. And AD squared is simply the product of the 2 segments it creates on the hypotenuse. Now that we know these formulas, let's go back to the examples from earlier. Coming back to this problem, it feels much easier now. Using the third formula, we can immediately see that AD is 6. In the second example, the given information clearly points us to the first formula. We can find BC first, and then use it to find CD. So, with any 2 lengths given, you can use these formulas together with the Pythagorean theorem to quickly find all the others. Let's give it a try. We now know the lengths of AB and AC. Since neither is a projection, we can't apply any of the 3 formulas directly. So first, we use the Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse, which is 10. From here, we have several options. We can use the projection formula for AB to find BD. We could also use the projection formula for AC to find CD. Finally, we can use the projection formula for AD to find its length. Another way to find AD is to use the area of the triangle to set up an equation, and that gives us all the lengths. With the problem solved, let's see where these formulas come from. The idea behind this theorem is actually quite simple. It all comes from the basic properties of similar triangles. In this configuration, the 2 red angles are equal because they are both complementary to angle BAD. Similarly, the 2 blue angles are also equal because they are both complementary to angle B. So, we have 3 similar triangles, ABD, CAD, and CBA. Using the proportional relationships between them, we can derive each of the 3 formulas. For example, using the similarity between triangles ABD and CBA, we get AB over BD equals CB over BA, which gives us the first formula. Similarly, from the similarity between triangles CAD and CBA, we obtain the second formula. Finally, using the similarity between triangles ABD and CAD, we get the last formula, and that completes the proof. Euclid's theorem is a very efficient tool for solving right triangle problems and can save you a lot of time. I hope this video has helped you understand how to use this technique. Alright, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.